The moonseed gardener. The sun was tucking itself behind the hills, painting the sky in shades of violet and gold. In the corner of the garden, Alara spotted something unusual. Nestled deep within the roots of the hydrangeas was a pebble that didn't look like a pebble at all. It glowed with a soft, pulsing blue light, humming a tune so quiet you could only hear it with your heart. Alara reached out and picked it up. It wasn't cold like a normal rock. It felt warm, like a cup of cocoa on a winter morning. As she held it in her palms, the light grew brighter, casting long, dancing shadows across the grass. "What are you?" she whispered, her eyes wide with wonder. "That," said a small, gravelly voice, "is a moonseed, and it is very, very lost." Alara jumped and looked around. At the edge of a large hosta leaf, a tiny turtle was watching her. He wore a very small satchel over his shell and looked quite concerned. "I'm Barnaby," the turtle said, bowing as low as a turtle can. "That seed fell from a passing cloud. If it isn't planted under the great oak by moonrise, the garden will lose its glow forever. But I am very slow, and the oak is very far." Alara looked at the tiny turtle, and then at the glowing seed. "I can help you," she said bravely. The journey across the yard felt like a grand adventure. The lawn was a vast green sea, and the garden hose was a sleeping dragon they had to tiptoe over. Alara held the moonseed out like a lantern, lighting the way for Barnaby as he paddled along beside her sneakers. When they reached the edge of the wildflower patch, Alara stopped. The stalks of grass were taller than her knees, and they hissed as the wind blew through them. It looked dark and a little bit scary. "I don't know if I can go in there," Alara whispered, clutching the seed to her chest. Barnaby looked up at her and patted her shoe with a small flipper. "Courage isn't the absence of fear, Alara. It's just holding on to the light while you walk through the dark. And look, you're already holding the light." He pointed his nose toward the glowing stone in her arms. Together, they pushed through the whispering grass until they reached the base of the great oak. Its branches reached up like giant fingers, trying to touch the stars. Alara knelt down and began to dig a small, shallow hole in the soft, dark earth near the trunk. She gently placed the moonseed into the ground. As soon as the earth touched it, a silver sprout curled out of the soil. It grew and twisted, turning into a tiny tree with leaves that looked like hammered silver. The air smelled like jasmine and starlight,